They've won Tonys and Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. There's no red carpet because they're home in their jammies. From Melrose Place to Broadway to Janeway and her crew. Let Seth and James bring all the stars to you.
Anywho,
they're entertaining everyone, so who's gonna grouse? Just sit right back and you'll hear some tales on Stars in the House.
Hello, 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 hello. It's me again, Brenda Braxton, a.k.a. Lady Braxton, a.k.a. Miss Thing Girl Troll. How y'all doing this week? Is everyone okay? There's so much going on. Oh, wait. Had to put my creams and emollients on. You know, I got a new cream and emollient here. Smells good. I know I'm on video, but I need creams and emollients. Anyway, so are you okay this week? There's so much going on. And I know there's one big question. I really try not to do politics on my show, but there's a lot going on. We're 2 weeks out? So, and I know that there is a big, big question on everybody's minds. I know everyone is just beside themselves wondering this one question. What is the answer to this one question? What is Kamala gonna wear for her inauguration? As the first Black vice president female. I know that's what y'all were thinking. I know that's what y'all were thinking. Okay, so let's get on with the show. You know, I always have to thank Seth and James first. Thank you for this wonderful platform. I have had a ball, and I hope everyone has had a ball with me. Tried to keep it light and airy and fun, and I hope you learned something, especially about drag queen makeup. Anyway, I digress. Thank you, Seth and James. And we are very happy to be doing this because if you're just tuning in with us for the first time, what Seth and James have done here is just totally amazing. It's just totally amazing. And they've all done it they've done it all to benefit the Actors Fund, which is kind of like the lifeline for a lot of us now unemployed performers. They help with everything. If you need help with your rent, if you need help with healthcare, they also have something called Career Transition for Dancers, which this show tonight is so perfect for. My two guests, they are definitely in their act two. They have transitioned from a dancer to, another form of the arts, and they are staying in the arts, which is a beautiful thing as well. So the Actors Fund, they help so many actors, singers, dancers. I believe they help stagehands. They just help everyone. So Seth and James have been doing this for the last couple of months for the Actors Fund, and we have raised $530,625, Charles. That's a lot of money. They can help a lot of people. Isn't that amazing? That's $500,000. That's $500,000. So that's what they do. Now, if you want to donate, all you have to do is get your ducats together. Okay. They don't care. 5, 10, 100, 1,500. Whatever, they don't care. Everything will help. So what you can do is right down there, you can see donate to starsinthehouse.com or text fund 2020 to 56512 and just give us all your money. Okay. All right. So we got all of that done. I always have such a good time on this. I want to thank Jonah. This is my next to last show. So I want to thank Jonah for helping me with all my tech stuff. When I call him and go, I forgot to send you. He's like, it's all right. It's okay. We got it. Okay. And Nicole, my new best friend, Nicole, she loves my jewelries. So Nicole, this is jewelries for you tonight. So that's fun. Now let's see. What else? We got the Actors Fund. We got $530,000. What else? Oh, and I wanted to say happy anniversary to Seth and James. They celebrated their wedding anniversary. I think it's wedding and not just their whole relationship. Okay. And my hat goes off to anybody who can stay in a relationship, not only in regular times, but also in this pandemic, because it's hard to get a date in a pandemic. Okay, hit me up. Oh wait, let me turn that off. Hit me up if you have a special way to find a significant other in a pandemic. Okay. Anyway, so happy anniversary, Seth and James. Okay, so we're good with that. Now to get to my two guests. My first guest, I met him. Ooh, child, the sirens. And I met him, I believe I was doing Chicago the Musical. And I can't remember if we met on the Broadway or on the road. But I looked at him and I was like, you sure you gay? He is so fun and so talented. Oh my God. Jonah, let's run his clip. I'm gonna have to turn my fan on, but after that, okay. Oh, wait, there we go. Dan, where are you?
Hello. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I love me some Dan LeBono.
I love me some Lady Braxton.
Now, also, what I didn't say was, for these last couple of weeks, I have been explaining how I got my job for Norwegian Cruise Line.
Yes.
And so, okay, everyone, you know, I told the story of I had two friends who hit me up on Facebook saying they're doing Norwegian Cruise Lines, yada, 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 yada. And Dan was one of them.
I was. I remember that moment when they I was working for Norwegian Cruise Line as a casting director, and they pitched after midnight. And I was literally sitting in a conference room, and I took my phone and I put it on the table, and I'm like, Brenda, like, would you even consider this to star in this beautiful show that Warren Carlyle was going to direct? And so I was so happy that we made that happen for you.
Absolutely.
It was an absolute perfect choice.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Dan, where are you from?
I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I went to school there at the conservatory of Cincinnati. Yeah.
And when did that bug hit you? That showbiz bug? And
my mom actually was a dancer when I was growing up. So she was doing community theater, and so I would go to rehearsals with her just to watch and do homework at night. And I believe there was one night where she was home and she was trying to review her steps, and I was like, "Mom, it's a kickball change and a turn," and she was like, "Yeah." And the next show they were doing was The Music Man. I go, "Well, I was like maybe 11 or 12. I said, "Well, I could do that show. They need kids for that." And I'll never forget the night that the curtain went up and I just felt that breeze. And I said, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I knew in that moment. And I went and got into high school plays and I went to college to study. So that's when that bug bit me. And I'm so glad that it did, because it's been an amazing journey for me.
Absolutely. Now, when did you make the move to New York?
I actually, after I left college, I came down to Orlando. That's where we'll circle back to the Orlando story. I was a dancer down here at Walt Disney World. So I was doing a lot of different shows and learning my craft and getting on stage and making mistakes and doing all that stuff. And a lot of my fellow dancers were going off to New York and landing Broadway shows. And I said, well, maybe I should try that. And I remember saying, I don't want to have any regrets. I'm just going to go and see what happens. You'll never know unless you go and try.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit my job and I packed my car and I drove to New York and I lived in Angie Shore's closet for a long time, you know. And I was in 1992 and I made the move to New York and scared, unsure. You know, you'll have all those. I don't feel like I'm good enough. What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And I just got embraced by so many good friends in the Broadway community that finally got my first show. Which here's some trivia. Tonight is the 25th anniversary of the Dolly opening of my Broadway debut 25 years ago today.
Oh my God!
Isn't that amazing?
Happy anniversary to you too.
I know. I pulled this off my wall, so there it is. Yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah. 25 years ago tonight, I made my debut at the L'Enfantin Theater, and that was the start of a magnificent journey for me because, you know, I got to do a 47-city national tour, and it was just an amazing group of people to work with, you know. So it's kind of an interesting that it's happening. This is happening on the night of the anniversary, so it's great.
Right. Oh wow, that is awesome. So now, was Millie your second Broadway show?
No, actually, after Dolly closed, my next Broadway show, I got the national tour of Chicago, which I think we didn't meet till I got to the Broadway company in 2000. But I did the tour. I did the Vegas company with Cheetah and Ben Vereen and everybody that went through that company.
Mm-hmm.
I did that for about a year, and they moved me to the Broadway company in 2000, and that was my second show. Mm-hmm. And I was in the show for about 2.5 years when I got cast in Millie, which was great because it was, you know, you always had that dream to be in a Broadway show, but to be in an original cast,
absolutely,
it's a whole nother kettle of fish. So that was a wonderful journey to see a show just come together and ripped apart and come together and ripped apart. Mm-hmm. And that was a fantastic opportunity for me. So those are my 3 Broadway shows: the Dolly, then Chicago, then Millie.
Wow. It's so funny. Last night, I did an interview with Felicia Finley. Do you know Felicia Finley?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Felicia Finley and her husband, and we were talking about originating roles and what that means. When you get to originate a role, you really, truly get to put yourself in this character and make the character what it is. Yeah. And they were like, well, for me, with Smokey Joe's Cafe, the character literally is my name. Yeah. And it's so funny. One day I was at an audition for something else, and they were auditioning for Smokey Joe's. And this girl walked up to me. She said, "Oh, I'm getting ready to go into audition for Brenda." And I was like, "Oh,
I know.
Well, good luck.
Good luck with that. I know.
To originate a role is a big deal.
And to take the creative art to go through that. I remember doing Millie, so many numbers were cut, even in previews, you know. While you're rehearsing one version during the day, you've got another one going on at night during previews. So, but yeah, that journey and having the choreographer director come up and say, how does this feel on you? Do you feel like you're telling the story? Like, it's just such a wonderful experience to be able to be, wow, my talent matters now. My talent does matter. Where I'm definitely a part of this big puzzle to make this story come to life on stage, you know? Wow.
And you know what's interesting too, I had brought up last night was when I came in for Chicago to do Velma, I was so nervous because while I didn't feel like I was originating the role, I was stepping into some big shoes, you know what I mean? And Walter Bobby came to me and said, nope, we hired you to be you, to bring what you. So I was fortunate enough, as I didn't originate the role, but in a sense, I was able to originate my take on the role.
You sure did, because it was. You always tell we saw a lot of people come in and out of that show over the years, but you were so great at just bringing Brenda through to Velma. You know, using your own facility to make that character ring, because the show is so beautifully written that you really have that liberty. You can kind of put your own stamp on it. So
absolutely.
You always made me giggle every night on stage. I love my time.
We had a good time.
We did have a good time because my theater's amazing. Something can always happen, but we always took care of each other on stage. We always got to the end.
Absolutely. I remember, speaking of taking care of each other, I think we were on the road and Dante Sciarra.
Yeah, Dante.
That crazy man.
Crazy. Crazy.
So, the top of the second act where Velma has to climb up the ladder and she's, I know a girl who did all that. Well, I was climbing and he brings the ladder out. I was climbing up the ladder and my foot slipped off.
Oh no.
And I literally fell down the whole ladder and Dante
caught
me.
Of course he did.
We take care of each other. And he has never let me live that down, of course.
I'm sure. Just getting up that ladder was hazard pay alone, just so they whip you off. And it was just,
I know. A whole $10 of hazard
whole $10 to get ripped off that ladder. I know.
So when did you realize, okay, I'm not going to be doing this too much longer?
So, my Chicago career went on for about 12 years. I was going in and out of the company. It was a vacation swing. So I was going in to cover someone's vacation or an injury or whatnot. And I was doing that for the last 8 years of New York. I spent 18 years in New York altogether. So the last 8 years I was bouncing and I was always trying to find my act two. I went to film school. I was selling real estate. Always see something would catch on. It was one day I was sitting actually on stage, probably during Cellophane, just as you get in, you have a lot of time to think in that show,
Yes.
When I said, I think I'm done. I think it's time for me to step out of this so that someone else can come in and have this opportunity. I had a great run. I didn't want to be asked to leave.
Right.
I didn't want to age out. I'm already in my 40s, still dancing.
Yeah.
And so I said, I think I need to make a plan. So I decided to come back to Orlando because I had a lot of friends and friends down here. And I set a date for December 1st, 2010. And I went into our stage manager's office. I said, I'm leaving the city. I'm leaving the show. Please do not call me ever again. I won't. I can't be brought back in.
Right. It's so easy to be drugged back in.
It is, especially when you had such a wonderful show to do all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I picked a date and I took a month of December that year and went and saw some friends all over the country because, when you're doing a Broadway show, you have no free time. We were always in rehearsal, always doing things. So I went and saw some friends around the country and I settled back in Orlando with no job. I was staying at my friend Trudy's house. She took me in, thank God. And I just had to work it out, to really flip that switch about what is that next part of my life? What's that act two going to look like?
Right.
And someone said, just give it 6 months. But it really took me a year and a half to get myself into a community and start showing who I was and learning and applying and making mistakes again until I landed a job at Disney, at Walt Disney World. They had an attraction called the American Idol Experience. So it's like a simulation of the real show. So the guests would come in, they could audition for a casting director, then get passed on to a producer. And that producer would pick 15 people a day to appear on a Disney stage to win a dream ticket to go on. And when I got that role as a producer, I called myself the Dream Crusher because I had to sit there and tell people, no, they can't be in a show every day. But that was my introduction into casting because I was seeing 100 singers a day, coaching, putting them on the right songs, interacting with them, calming their nerves. And I was talking to a lot of people. I said, I think I really like this. It's in my element, but I'm not on stage anymore. But this is a way for me to help people that are going to get on stage. And I thought it was my way of paying it forward. So after 7 years of applying, I went down and getting more experience. I went down and worked for the Norwegian Cruise Line, which was amazing. When you're not just casting singers and dancers, you're getting acrobats and aerialists and jugglers and everything. They cast everything. That was like boot camp casting.
Right.
Then I got offered a job I got transferred to Disney Cruise Line. I was casting all of their character performers and all the dancers. And I finally got offered my job that I'm doing now, which is a casting director for Disney Parks Live Entertainment, which I do. I cast all the singers and dancers, not all of them, most of them, at our 4 parks here in Orlando.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's nice to be able to have, and I think I mentioned it in the beginning of the show, to have your act two still in some kind of way.
Yes,
it's nice to still be connected to our craft. One way or another, we're still connected to our craft.
Yeah. And I love seeing the fire in the singers, dancers that I work with, and instilling with them, trying to get that work ethic and bred in them about how you can sustain a career. I say, don't be a jerk, because one bad reputation, and it's really hard to find that stuff. It really is.
Yeah.
So I really preach good work ethic. Make sure that you're showing up on time. If you want to complain about what's going on, do it to your cat at home.
Right.
But I try to create a cast that work well together as a cohesive group. And I try to find the best people. We see thousands and thousands of people a year for all of our parks, and it's just you got to find the ones that are hungry for it, they're ready for it, and most of our roles down here are equity, which is also great.
Oh, that's good.
I also have that. Yeah, we have a lot of equity jobs on here, which is great because being in the union for so long, it's a good piece that's a part of my puzzle that I could actually share with them as well. What it's like to be an equity actor and what's required of you to be hold that title. You are the best of the best on stage and off. So I really try to get them to learn that and to embrace that.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful segue into
what? Oh yes, I have it in my office.
Yes,
I do.
Because they don't teach a lot of the stuff that you need to know when you get your first job.
That's right.
Whether it's an equity job, non-equity job, any job, you know what I mean? Yes. Basic abilities.
And even that little shout out you made to me in the book about you're doing Chicago together, and you never know who you're working with that might do something to get you a job.
Exactly.
So you have to have that sort of sense of you got to work together and be that good person because we're all going to pull each other up. We travel in packs, we just work together. And you only want to work with good people. So
absolutely.
Yep.
So again, here is Dan LeBono. We were in Chicago together. He's in the ensemble and did Fred Paisley.
Yes.
He was key in me getting another job. So that's why you never know who you are going to come up against on your way to the top.
So I say yes to opportunities because there might be somebody there that's going to take you along with their ride, or help you out in the future. So it's really imperative. And I'm glad that worked out for us because I mean, really, it's like you came to my mind. I was like, this, thank God I had, so many people to choose from, but you specifically, that you were just such a dead ringer to play the star. It was like,
thank you. I had a good time. And it's still going on, They have, I think, one more year for After Midnight.
Yeah.
And when we start up again, when cruises start up again, we still have another year. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're coming back too. We're going to come back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to.
Yeah. Now, in our little conversation before the show between you, me, and Natasha, we saw the painting behind you.
Oh, yeah. So, we have this thing with my friends here in Orlando that on every birthday, we all get together and we paint. We just throughout the whole party, just pick up a paintbrush and just make a canvas, all of us collectively. But I had this old canvas here and I went over to my friend Trudy's house. Hi, Trudy. And I was in her art studio and I just got the paints and I just started slapping. She always says it's just paint. Just get it on the canvas.
Right.
So I just created this maybe just like a few weeks ago and hung on the wall. And I don't know. I have no vision. I had nothing at all, but I really love it. I really love it. It's really fun. It's
awesome. Yes. You have to also find ways of just letting yourself relax too. Sometimes
you do a creative outlet, like a segue into Natasha, like painting, art. My fiance Carl is a wonderful artist, and he creates costumes, and like just having that creative outlet, having something to do, really helps us during this pause that we're in. I call it a pause. It's just a pause, just to keep. And I tell dancers and singers too, this is your time. This is like your in between shows where you have to keep your craft going. You have to keep training, keep going to classes. There's a bunch of dancers down here in Orlando that they dance outside underneath the patio every week with their masks on, and they're killing it to keep their bodies. They're hungry and ready. And it's so refreshing to see.
It's going to be interesting to see when we do come back. It's going to be interesting to see what we come back with.
Yes, right. Yes.
People are still training and honing and all of that.
Yes, I know.
The younger ones.
The younger ones, not us. I'll sit.
Oh my God. Okay, so now we're gonna segue into my next guest. We did Smokey Joe's Cafe together as well. And I think, Jonah, let's just go ahead into Natasha's video.
Love like the ocean, feel it rushing over me. You are the treasure that I search for desperately. The bloody face within, it's running me out to the sky.
Mama, you taught me how to be loved. You taught me how to be restored. You taught me how to feast and you taught me how to slap. I'm gonna teach me one thing.
Girl, I was looking at that, Natasha, and my body was like, don't even think about trying none of that. Okay?
It's amazing.
Where's Natasha?
Cheers, Brenda! Dan, cheers to you.
All right. Yes, cheers.
We never worked together, but we kind of did. I mean,
We kind of did. Yeah, we did
Disney
that.
was my first. Yeah.
We did.
Girl,
Yay, Dan.
girl,
Yay,
girl.
Brenda. Yay, me. Oh, wait, I didn't take my sip. Hold on.
Oh, I was watching that and I was like, oh my God.
My
Because
body hurt.
I knew you from Smokey Joe's Cafe and then we lost contact like completely.
Yeah.
And you came into Smokey Joe's and I was like, okay, who's this? Who's this? And he came in and wore it out and then left. And I was like,
I was
okay,
fresh.
all right. We had two covers for Dali who really, really wore it out. It was you and Felicia, and y'all wore it out.
We
But
did.
you just came and went, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, the career I've had has been so much more than I thought it was going to be. I'm from the island of Jamaica. I moved here with my family to have more opportunity. And I just thought, I'm just going to dance. I don't know how it's going to end up. Maybe I'll own a dance studio like my dance teachers do. But I have to give a shout out to Debbie D, honey. That's my dance teacher. And girl, she can tap too. Look her up, Debbie D. And she said, you go to this Disney audition. Right, Dan? Here we go.
All right.
And I was like, all right. So, I'm going toot my horn a little bit. So we got up in the audition. It was hundreds of girls.
Yeah.
They were looking for one.
Of
Hello. He was the one. I showed up in my red and I was like, I got to stick out. So, so that was my first gig. So I was fresh. And after that, I didn't know anything. I didn't know Broadway. I knew nothing. I just like Dan. I was like, well, people were talking about Broadway, talking about this, tours, and I'm like, who and what? And yeah, I'm just gonna kickball change and do a triple turn, layout, kick. And Disney actually said, it's time for you to go, Tosh. And I'm like,
Take you out.
called me in. I'm like ready to sign that next 3-year contract. Disney said, boo boo. No, you gotta go.
You're right. You're ready to go. Yes.
No, I don't. They said, yes, boo, you gotta go.
You gotta go
and be all you can be.
That's
and
right.
that's when I took off. Where did I go? Was it New York? Where did I go next? Where's my resume? I don't know. Disney. Starlight. I went
Starlight.
But what is so interesting is that those of us who are here in New York, grew up in New York and everything, and we get our shows and everything, we don't have that kind of move to make, that kind of decision to make, to pick up our whole life and to New York.
Yeah.
So my hat goes
with no money.
With no money. With maybe a couple of friends whose couch you can sleep on, or like you said, a closet you can sleep on.
I slept in the closet. We did.
Oh my God. It's amazing. My hat goes off to you.
My God. I surely moved around. After Disney, I went to LA, and I don't know how Starlight found me. Funny quick story. This was my introduction to singing, okay? And I was like, oh, God. Bunch of us at Disney, Starlight's coming to town. Let's get in the car. Dan, we have so much alike.
I know.
Get in the car. Let's go to this audition. We got to wear roller skates, first of all. Let's all go support each other. We go in there. We were falling all over the place. But I could do a kick layout on the toe stop. I could dance on it, but I couldn't roll around, right? So anyway, time to sing. No, it was crazy. It was a crazy audition. I didn't think I did well. I had to sing. So of course, back in the day, Fame was my thing. Fame was the show everybody was watching. So I'm like, let me sing Fame. I think I know Fame. Girl, I sang and danced the whole thing. I was all over the place. They stopped me and said, could you just stand still? Damn, I'm gonna live. It was terrible, right? I left the audition going, forget it. That's not for me. I moved to California when Disney said, go be you. Get out of here. And me and a bunch of us performers, all kinds of performers, not just dancers, got in a car, cross-country trip, went to LA. Honey, I was going to be a video queen, okay? I was on my way. And then the phone rang and Starlight was like, I don't know how they got my number because we didn't have cell phones and stuff like that back then.
Right.
They said, we want you in Vegas and we're going to pay you lots of money. I said, okay. So I went to Vegas and that was my musical theater career start. And I had to learn the damn harmonies. I got through.
Oh, yeah. For dancers who consider themselves, I'm a dancer. Yeah, I can sing a little bit. But when you start having to learn harmonies, and the thing is, I don't know about you, Tasha, Dan, but I did not read music or anything. So it was always about my recording, my recording everything and listening to it and being repeated and repeated and repeated. Yep. There was no, my cell phone, No, it was a recording. You go home, press play. Yep. Rewind, play, rewind. So I feel you, girl. I feel you. Them harmonies.
I was scared when I came into your town. When I came into Smokey, Peter Weiss saw me in Sister Ella. Do y'all know that show, Sister Ella? It is the black version of Cinderella. It's still out there. It was supposed to go to Broadway. We did the whole workshop. Peter Weiss came and saw me.
I do know that. Yes.
It was so fun. Rain Pryor was in there. Actually, I was understudying her as one of the evil twin sisters or whatever, or sisters and whatever. But anyway, Peter Weiss came and saw me. Yes, he did it. So many great people did it because you have to have that voice, right?
Yep.
Right?
Oh my God.
Peter Weiss saw me in that. I had the big curly blonde hair, right? And he said, Smokey Joe's. I said, Peter, I don't sing. I saw the show and they're harmonizing and they're doing all this stuff. Peter said, Tosh, trust me. I went in and man, I was so greeted well. I'll give a shout out to anybody that's watching right now. Please forgive me. I don't remember names that well, but the stage, Ken Hansen, the dance captain, the choreographer were all there, and they molded me and they told me what to do, how to look, and I got the show, and I was knees just like this. And I'm like, okay,
Wow.
what part do you want me to sing? Louis, what part?
Louis St. Louis, yes. Oh my
You're
God.
gonna sing top, boo. I'm like, yes, okay, I can do the show.
Oh my God. Well, Tasha, I have to apologize because I had all of your beautiful pictures, and for some reason I had put them together like I did dance, and they would not download at the last minute. So I apologize. I had all your photos. But
This is what I do now. Don't worry about all that, right?
Well,
Here's
but
what I
one
do.
thing before we get to how your Act 2 started, I just want everyone to know that Natasha found her husband at Smokey Joe's Cafe. Okay.
Oh.
The Shimmy Girls did. You know, Delee got her man. I got my man
Yes.
too.
I wish I had done that role.
Girl, I don't know. He's out there.
And he's fine too. Maybe we'll see him later. Is he around? Maybe he'll come in.
Robert Neary. Yeah, he's got a little transition situation too with
Yes.
Neil Diamond. Y'all
Yes.
look him up. Robert Neary.
Robert
Oh,
Neary.
so good. The Neil Diamond Experience. Okay.
Yeah.
Look it up.
But on the other hand, look up what was it? Where he played that horrible man.
Oh, on Criminal Minds, girl.
Criminal Minds. Ooh. Ooh.
Actually, I watched it once. I watched it once. I was like, I gotta sleep beside you tonight. Where's my knife? He's amazing. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
he was amazing.
I'm so proud of him.
Amazing. And when you saw the video that we just played, the gentleman who was singing Shimmy, that is Robert, and that's who Natasha married. So now let's get to your Act 2, because you had like a big decision to make. So tell us what made your Act 2 happen.
Well, at 30, we decided to have a family. I was on tour. Both of us were on tour with Aida. And I'm like, well, I'm done. I felt like I was kind of done. I'm like, okay, time for babies. And got pregnant. We lost our first one. We're all good, though. We got 2 more, and they're all fabulous. And so, long story short, we moved to LA. And because that's kind of Robert's town. Mm-hmm. And I'm bringing up babies. I'm mommy. And then, I looked at my body and I said, oh, my God. Where is it? I don't know what's happening. Tasha don't know about gyms. All I know is to dance to stay in shape. Mm-hmm. So I go to the gym, girl. Everything is scary, but I hear this music coming out of this room. I opened the door, and it was like we're on stage. It was dark with lots of lights, bikes everywhere, and they were rhythm riding. They were like killing it. I'm like, oh, let me try this. So I went in and I tried it. It's rhythm ride. It's like Soul Cycle. It's indoor cycle. And I got on the bike, loved it. I was like, you know what? I can do this. Got certified, started teaching that. So I kind of just went into the fitness industry straight off for national Broadway. I came back. I did Aida on Broadway, pregnant, hiding it. One night I had to go on, and because I was understudying the lead, Neary, and they said, you got to go on because one of the dancers needs you. Girl, I picked up my shirt. I showed the stage manager I was pregnant. They were like, oh my God. Anyway, moving on. Okay, moving on. So where are we? Okay, fitness world. Got into the fitness world, and that's where I stayed for a long time, having the babies, making some money. And Robert's busy in the business, and I'm just at home in the cul-de-sac, brand new, selfless, raising babies. Not, just that's what happened. Moved to California, continued that. I found other outlets. I started choreographing. I started directing. I started creating. I really loved that. Sticking with the fitness and just bringing up the kids. Then we moved back to New York. Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch in between there. So many things went on in my life. A big change happened with friends, church, my health. So many things, because people, when you feel like you need to move and you got to move on, do it, because it will do it for you. And sometimes it's not so pleasant. So kind of that's what happened. And my back went out. I had my L5 and my S1 were degenerative. So I had to have a big major back surgery. Moved to New York, major back surgery. lots of disappointments before we came to New York. And I just kind of looked at my life and I go, what I'm going to do. Before we moved here, there was a piece of board that was just sitting in our driveway, just a board. And we just never threw it away. It was just sitting there. And every time I saw it, I saw visions. I saw pictures, and I was into quotes because I was trying to build my soul back up, And so quotes was what I was into. So I just took the board in the backyard, found some paint, started painting, slapped some quotes on there, decoupaging, doing all this creative stuff. And it was selling. People came in, saw it, loved it. It was selling. So I just stuck with it. And I came to New York. And I kept going. I never stopped. And it just went from one level to the next to the next. And then I was eyeing this art institute online. And finally, the good part of the pandemic is the pandemic hit and I went art school. That's where I'm going. So I got into it. They're fantastic for any artist out there that is looking for a 1-year mastery program. You will learn everything in what you would do in 4 years or more in college. You can do it in 1 year with these people. It's called Milan Art Institute. Look them up. You will not be disappointed. They teach you how to brand yourself. They teach you about social media. They teach you to find your voice in all this, your style, everything. And almost everything I've made, I have sold.
Wow.
So I'm
that
finding
is a perfect segue into Jonah, our next video. Amazing.
That's just so. I love the music, by the way, Jonah. Thank you. That was great music.
Oh my God, your work is amazing.
Isn't that something? I wasn't sure. Did the last two photos come up, Jonah? Because I did have Jonah. Are you there? Did they show your family?
I am. That was as far as the video went.
Gotcha. That's Jonah, y'all.
Hey.
Or what? So yes, that is amazing to have found your act two in such a solid kind of way. You know what I mean? Both of you to be able to go and I often sit at home and go, okay, I've tried my hand in a lot of different things. And one thing did bring me as much joy in a sense when I opened B. Braxton's, the gentleman's grooming parlor. But it's hard to find that passion for something else. The passion that we had for Broadway and for dancing and for singing and everything. So the two of you have truly, truly, truly found your act two in this pandemic.
I love it. I've never heard that. I love it. I'm going to use it.
I'm stealing it too. I love it.
Yes. Everyone needs to steal that. So Dan, what is next for you?
Well, next for me, I hope to ride this job out until I can just retire and whatever. I do and passionately love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't ever want to do anything else. Like I said, I've tried a bunch of different things,
Mm-hmm.
but I think all of us are artists. And if we do have to move on to something else, we know we could do it again. Mm-hmm. I know I could sit there and pick a new goal and visualize and make something happen. Mm-hmm. But I hope to stay with Disney till I retire and I'm in a wheelchair,
And Disney says, Dan.
I know it's time to go. I know. So yeah, that's what's next for me. I hope this could be my forever job,
Yeah.
Because I do love it so much, and I do get to be a part of artistry and creativity, and just I love so many elements of it, and I can't imagine myself doing anything else. But it did take its time to mourn my career too. Like I had to make that decision to break away. So I had to go through that time of like just mourning it. Like I'm not going to perform. I don't want to hit the audition craze anymore. I'm just kind of want to coast now. I think I deserved it, you know?
Wow. That, I never thought about that. The mourning of not being able to do what you used to do. It's so funny because I do feel that, but I never thought of it as a mourning kind of thing. Like I watch these dancers now, even watching your video, Natasha.
Yeah.
I miss that physical freedom that I used to have. Just turn when I wanted to and leap when I wanted to. And I never thought of it in the sense of mourning, not being able to do that anymore. You know?
I went through like a little dark period of like, oh wow, I'm making this decision. I'm not going to be dancing, and it was hard. I missed it, but then you have to make that switch and go, okay, I'm going to go for the next thing. I'm just gotta use your mojo and go. You know, you'll create something else.
So you were able to make that decision. So, but Tasha, because of your injury, it was kind of sort of made for you. I mean, you were already making that transition, but having an injury like that, and a lot of dancers do have injuries. So, I mean, if you can share a little bit how you felt with the injury, did you feel a mourning period? Did you feel a period of, oh my God, now I really know I can't dance again?
Yeah, that actually, I do a lot of dance fitness too. So that's a lot of fun. I stayed with that. But when the back started, I would crawl home, after I taught classes and everything. And then, you know what, Brenda, I was ready. I knew there had to be a transition. And like I said, if you don't do it, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, will kind of do it for you and help you get through that transition. But my husband found the incredible doctor, and that helped me go through it. But yeah, you go through this really dark time. And not only was it the injury, remember, I was also going through emotional stuff. I was going through friendships and, like I said, the church and all this stuff. My life ripped apart as I knew it.
Wow.
The pieces were all over the place. It's as if I tell my husband, I took the armor off that I was holding to be so strong, and I was all cut up and bruised underneath. And that's what I had to rise up from.
Yep.
And the place that we were living in, when I had the surgery and everything, family took us in and helped me. Oh, Robert's mom helped me recover because Robert was doing Bronx Tale on Broadway at the time. So, and I had the kids and I couldn't walk. So the family took care of me, and it just was so great to have that. But let me tell you, when the doctor said, move, I got on my spin bike. I had a room. I had my quotes. I had my candles. And I just was like, God, take me. Where do you want me to go? I'm going to sit here and get strong. And the art was taken off. I just kept painting, and I'm still doing dance fitness. I'm still doing indoor cycle. And is Broadway over? I don't know. We don't know, do we, people?
You
never know. Broadway might call. You never know.
You can never say never. Because
never say never.
Like you said, the universe also brings you what you can do. So there might be something on Broadway that would be perfect for what you can do now.
Right.
I look at what I used to do. And I know that there's some certain things that, like, I would love to do Velma again, but my body is like, don't even think about it.
It's the craziest feeling, right?
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell is happening to my body? Why can't I kickball change? I need to go to bed. I need another one of these, and I need to go to bed for 2 days. Right?
But,
and that would be all right.
We carry our injuries around with us, it's what we did for love. It's from a what we did for love. It's like we busted our butts for so many years and put our bodies through so much, but we did it because we loved it. And I have a neck that it's insanely injured, but it's like I don't have any regrets. Like I can't do my leg anymore.
Yeah. It's so funny. I called. I texted BB tonight, BB Newworth, and I was like, BB, when did you know you needed a hip replacement? She was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
She's like, is it hard to step up on the sidewalk, on the curb? I was like, no, it's not that bad yet. So, you know, and see.
I just did a shoulder surgery. I got y'all beat. I got the back done. I just got my shoulder done. I got my little scar under here to remind me. What the hell is happening? You know, I'm like, let me just keep that one to myself. Well, now the whole world knows. There you have it. Girlfriend broke down. Oh, you want to see my son? Come here, son. This is my son.
Oh, he's so cute.
Take off your hat. You got to show them how cute you are. This is Kanan. Look at this. He's 14. Wow. And my daughter, Selah, beautiful but shy. She's not into any of this. She plays guitar. She plays bass. She's an emo girl. She's a rock and roll girl.
Oh my God.
She writes. She's an AP English. She's just yummy.
Oh.
Yeah. Those are my babies. That's the most important.
Yes,
and you too, babe. I know you're out there watching, babe. You're important too. All right.
Oh, so what's next for you, Tasha? I mean, I know you got your artwork. When the year is done with the artwork, what do you think? I mean, you are selling. So, you know, I got my piece right here.
I did that for Brenda. Yes, I did. That was my commission piece with her. That's her right there. She's that lion.
I am a Leo. So, yeah, I wanted a lion. So
I had to make sure. I said, we're not glazing or varnishing this piece until you are like,
Yep. And I was very, very happy with it. So after the year, what are you going to do? Are you going to have a showing once the pandemic is over and all of that?
Well, thank God for social media, because I do a lot of sales through social media. But yeah, there's a lot of things I can do. You know, I'm in 2 art galleries in New York City, and I'm in 1 up here on Long Island. Actually, I do a lot of the selling on my own too, which is great. But yeah, the one on Long Island here, I was speaking to the guy, and we're gonna put like, you know, a showing and invite people, and there's a few other ideas that I'm having coming up. And plus, I said this school that I'm in, they're teaching me so many ways to go about getting all this out. So it's just me learning, right, Dan? Learning.
You learn. You make
mistakes, moving ahead of.
You make mistakes. You say thank you, and you move on. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So this is not stopping.
No.
If I was to pan this room, this is not stopping. This is
gorgeous.
It wakes me up in the morning. I'm like, and I'm up and I'm ready to go, you know?
That's such a blessing to have something to feel that way about, to get up in the morning for. You know what I mean?
You're so right.
God. Yeah. Well, gang, thank you so, so much. So I want to say, Natasha, your website is irygirlarts.
Correct.
.com, right?
That's right.
Irie Girl, IRYGIRLART. Oh my goodness, S.
No.
.com.
IrieGirlArt.com. And so the Irie, you know, from Jamaica. I'll put my accent on.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
There it is.
So the Irie means cool. In Jamaica, we use that word a lot. Everything is airy, man. It's airy. Just
Irie Kitty.
Girlart.com.
I know you threw me off bringing that baby out. Oh my God.
That's his son.
I know. My son, 10 weeks old.
Oh
So
my
cute.
God. Precious.
He's had her baby on the show.
What's that?
Is he a rescue?
Yeah, he's a rescue. Yes.
Awesome.
My fiance's sister found him on the side of her house, abandoned by the mother. So,
he's rescue man. Yes. Yep.
So great.
Awesome.
So great.
All right, gang, thank you so much. I love being able to bring so many different types of people to this hour on Mondays. I have one more next week, and I can't thank you enough.
And we got to thank the Actors Fund, too. Everyone make a donation.
Please make a donation.
They've helped me in the past. They've really helped you guys. It's just such a good organization. Please, even if it's $1, just please donate.
Absolutely. All right. Well, until next time, make sure everything is Irie.
I love it. Yeah, man.
Oh, God. Oh, that made me feel so good. You know, as I said, The Actors Fund helps with career transition for dancers. Those two stories were amazing. Just amazing. There's life after dancing. There's life after Broadway. And you just have to keep going. Just pick up and keep going. So while we were talking, I had mentioned that I liked my show being so diverse. And I hope you even learned something about drag queens. So, of course, Seth texted me with this little ditty. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? That's Seth right there. Oh, wait, can you see it? That was Seth in drag. Okay, yeah, he just had to be a part of it. Seth in drag. But then he also texted me, I don't know if you can see it. The anniversary picture. Oh, is that precious or what? I love me some Seth and James. And thank you again for this wonderful platform, because we needed this. I believe they started it in March just to keep the actors going, just to keep us going. They now have stars in the house, plays in the house, concerts. My good girl, LaChance, is getting ready to do one with Seth. Oh, concerts in the house. Oh, my goodness. So make sure you guys look for that. Let's see. What else? I have one more show next week, and I believe I'm having the Black Men of Broadway. Oh, isn't that cute? I'm going to tie it in with my B. Braxton Gentleman's Grooming, just because I had so many guys from Broadway when we were open. Let's see. I think I covered everything. Be safe, everyone. This week, be safe, be safe, be safe. Make sure you go out and vote. Vote blue. Ooh, did I say that? Well, yes, I did. Go out and vote. All right. Love you until next week. Bye.
Braxton healing the world. Get it. Cold places, act to its own. Yeah. Be wise, be strong, be beautiful. Carry that crown like you know it's indisputable. We work hard, we walk in purpose. Yeah. We know what it takes, fierce in the high places. We make a difference, we get what we want. Yeah. Now sit back and enjoy the show.